Most people think personal finance gets stronger by earning more or trying harder. But a lot of money stress actually comes from weak rules repeated over and over in spending, borrowing, saving, and decision-making. The difference is often not effort. It is the rules people follow every day. Two people can earn the same money and still end up in very different financial positions. Not because one works harder, but because one follows stronger rules. And small rules, repeated daily, decide who moves ahead and who stays stuck. This is RINH Wealth, where we break down the hidden money rules behind everyday life. So, what are the rules that quietly decide who moves ahead and who stays stuck? Let's break down the 15 rules that build a stronger financial position over time. Rule 1. Fix big traps. Before small leaks, do not obsess over groceries, gas, or normal living costs while ignoring the big decisions that can damage your position for years. A lot of people feel guilty about small spending. Then they sign a bad financing deal, overpay on a car, accept a weak renewal, or lock themselves into payments that quietly hurt them for years. That is backward. Small expenses can leak, big purchases can trap, and traps matter more. Rule 2. Judge deals by total cost. Never judge a deal by the monthly payment. Judge it by the total paid. The monthly number is where weak decisions hide. It makes expensive things feel manageable. It makes long commitments feel harmless. A low monthly payment can still be a bad deal. A higher payment on a shorter term can sometimes be the stronger move. If you only look at monthly cost, you are judging comfort, not the deal. Rule 3. Renewals are new decisions. Treat every renewal like a brand new purchase. Phone plans, insurance, subscriptions, memberships. Most people think the decision happened last year. It did not. If it renews again, the decision is happening again. Silence is expensive. Rule 4. If financing creates affordability, question it. Financing is not always bad. But when financing is the only reason something feels affordable, that is a warning sign. A stretched payment can turn, "I cannot afford this," into, "I guess I can manage." That is not strength. That is delayed pain with better packaging. Rule 5. Fixed monthly costs. Reduce freedom. First, every fixed monthly obligation quietly reduces your freedom before it reduces your money. Car payments, phone payments, subscriptions, installments. Each one looks manageable alone. Together, they remove room. Financial strength is not just having money. It is having room to move. Here is the pattern most people never notice. Money problems rarely come from one big mistake. They come from small traps that look harmless when you say yes to them. A payment here, a renewal there, a convenience decision, a quiet commitment. Each one feels small, but together they slowly reduce control over your money. That is why the first rules are about avoiding traps, because avoiding damage is always easier than repairing damage later. Now the next rules shift from avoiding traps to building a stronger position. Rule 6. Flexibility is a hidden cost. A purchase that reduces flexibility is more expensive than it looks. The real cost is not just price. It is what the purchase prevents, what it delays, what it locks up, what it makes harder later. Weak decisions do not just cost money, they cost options. Rule 7. Income means nothing without margin. More income does not automatically mean progress. If the raise disappears into better lifestyle costs, your income increased, but your position did not. That is one of the cleanest hidden rules. It is not what you earn. It is what you keep. Rule 8. Save before money gets committed. The easiest money to save is the money that never gets committed. Once money becomes part of lifestyle, it becomes emotionally harder to reduce. Strong systems save early, not because they love restriction, because prevention is easier than repair. Rule 9. Small monthly fees become big costs. A small fee repeated monthly is not small anymore. $10 does not feel dangerous. But repeated charges win by staying emotionally invisible. Weak rule. Ignore what feels small. Stronger rule. Respect what repeats. Rule 10. Automatic convenience is where money leaks. Convenience becomes expensive when spending becomes automatic. Auto renewals, stored cards. One-click upgrades. Default tips. Convenience is not the enemy. Unquestioned convenience is. Now notice how the rules are changing. The first rules were about stopping losses. These rules are about building strength. Because financial progress is not just about avoiding bad moves. It is about creating small advantages that stack. More margin, more flexibility, more control, more room to breathe. People who move ahead usually are not perfect with money. They just protect their position better. And position quietly decides who struggles and who moves comfortably. Now the final rules are about thinking like people who stay ahead long term. Rule 11. Good purchases. Survive time. Big purchases should survive at least one full day without urgency. Pressure weakens thinking. Limited offers. Ends tonight. Only one left. If the decision is strong, it should still make sense tomorrow. Rule 12. Closer inspection should improve deals. Good deals usually look better when examined closely. Weak deals look worse. That is a simple test. When you look closer, does the deal improve or decay? Rule 13. Automate saving before automating spending. Build automatic saving rules before building automatic spending habits. If spending is automatic and saving is optional, your system is upside down. If saving is automatic and spending adjusts, your system starts working for you. Rule 14. Upgrade only. When position improves, do not upgrade because income increased. Upgrade because your position improved. Position means more margin, lower pressure, more savings, more control, less fragility. Income can rise fast. Position builds slower. At this point, the pattern becomes very clear. Weak money thinking asks, "Can I afford this?" Stronger thinking asks, "Is this making me stronger or weaker?" That is the real upgrade most people never get taught, because nobody teaches people to think in terms of position. But the people who quietly win with money almost always do. They think about control, margin, options, flexibility, time, not just price. And that difference changes everything. Rule 15. Strong rules prevent weak decisions. Strong finances do not come from perfect decisions. They come from rules that stop bad ones early. Rules reduce damage before damage becomes normal. They protect you when discipline drops. They make strong decisions easier to repeat. Most people think financial progress comes from earning more. Sometimes it does, but very often, it comes from simply following stronger rules than the average person. Not perfect discipline, better filters, fewer traps, stronger defaults. That is what quietly separates people who feel stuck from people who feel stable. The goal is not to stress about every dollar. The goal is to stop the wrong dollars from controlling your future. Small expenses can leak. Big purchases can trap. Strong rules protect position, and position decides who moves ahead. If even one of these rules changed how you think about money, you are already thinking differently than most people. And that is exactly how better financial outcomes start. If you want more hidden money rules that most people learn too late, subscribe to RINH Wealth, because stronger rules build stronger lives.